Hello, I'm Sensei Little Shorts, and this is my pupil, Ping Ping.
Hi.
Today, we will be showing you how to properly execute a Muay Thai style kickboxing kick. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, Ping Ping is obviously the pro, and this guy, Sensei Little, he's obviously the rookie. But you're wrong, racist. Ping Ping, despite his looks, has no background in martial arts. You know what you're gonna do today, Ping Ping?
What?
You're gonna learn? You're gonna learn today. You know what you're gonna learn? You're gonna learn to kick stuff. Now, a lot of people ask me, Sensei Little Shorts, what is the purpose of a kick? And me being a professional, I answer that question. Well, it's a kick, so you're trying to hurt somebody, and it's probably going to hurt. Ideally, with this type of kick, you want to hurt them in the thigh, or the ribs, or maybe even the head. I don't know. I lied, I do know, because I'm the professional. So you want to hit them in the side of the body. Where that might be, it depends how high you decide to go with this kick. I have to answer my phone. Okay, now we're going to break the kick down into phases and key elements. The first thing we're going to look at is your starting stance. Now, you want to have one foot in front of the other, a little wider than shoulder width apart at about a 45-degree angle coming down this way. And the way you can tell how far apart you should have your feet is you can probably put an elbow or a little more distance than your elbow in between the point of your toes. Now, you want to be standing on the balls of your feet with your guard up and your knees slightly bent to keep your balance. You want to have a stance that allows you to keep your balance, but at the same time allows for quick reaction time and lets you move around. According to the first principle of biomechanics, the lower the center of mass, the larger the base of support. The closer the center of mass to the base of support, and the greater the mass, the more stability increases. That's why we bend our knees a bit to increase stability, but we don't want to go too low because then we're sacrificing mobility and agility. The next part we're going to talk about is the backswing. So from your stance, you want to step forward on your front foot, again at a 45-degree angle, and you want to have your foot pivoted a little bit outwards. Enough. You can see from the camera. Okay, so you want to have your foot pivoted a little bit outwards. And then you want to twist your hips in the direction opposite of that you're going to be kicking. So if you're going to be kicking coming around this way, you want to twist your hips back this way. The key here is to think of it like you're cracking a whip. Before you can actually, crack the whip, you got to snap it backwards a little bit with a flick of the wrist. And the same thing applies here. You want to just go back a little bit, like a, I don't know. Oh God, what the hell was I going to say? Principle number 4 of biomechanics applies here, and it states that the greater the applied impulse, the greater the increase in velocity. So that means the stronger you cock your hips backwards or flick your hips backwards, the stronger your kick's going to be coming forwards. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about here is the actual force producing. So from your backswing, so you have your hips brought back to here, you want to swing your shoulders in the direction you're kicking. So it's going to go like that. And then your torso is going to follow, and so are your hips. And that's going to bring your leg around like a whip. And now the key here is to use your whole body in one swift motion. So you want to tie it all together. So it's going to go shoulders, midsection, and then hips, and then leg, and all that right away. Oh crap, when I close the book. This integrates principle 6, 2, and 3 of biomechanics. And 6 basically talks about angular motion and how you have to create torque to be able to move your body in that angular motion. Last one. Number 2 talks about maximum force. And that's when it's talking about having to use your whole body in order to create the most force possible. When more joints are involved, then you get a better result. And number 3 talks about using the joints in order from smallest to largest. So obviously the hip is one of the largest joints. So you want to just move it in a line is basically what it's saying. And what's most important, and what's least important and most important. Well, not least important and most important. I don't know where I'm going with this, but you get the idea. It goes shoulders, hips, leg, blah, blah, blah. And slightly faster, it's going to look something like that. So this is the critical instant. This is when your leg has already come in contact with your opponent. So you're like here, and you want to be making contact with about the top part of your foot, right around where your ankle is, and the lower part of your shin. And it's just going to hit like right there. And you want to still be, you want to be completely rotated the other way. So this is hard to balance. So I'm just going to keep my leg up like this while I talk and put my hand on the chair. So you want to be facing the way you threw your body in. So your torso needs to be facing outwards. Your leg should be where it is. You want your knee, the knee you're standing on, slightly bent, and you want to still be on the ball of your foot. And the key here is that one bent knee that's keeping you standing up, because that's helping you keep your balance and preventing you from sliding out from under yourself when you actually hit the guy. This all relates back to the first principle, talking about the center of mass. Now this next part is the follow through and return to stance after the follow through. When your leg actually hits its target, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bounce right off and just land forward on that leg. Now don't do that, because then you're really close to the guy and he can probably hit you back and you're all wide open like this and it's bad. When you hit with this leg, keep pushing through. Follow through with the kick and keep applying force in the same direction it was going to begin with. And then, when you're here and you can't generate any more force going that way, you create a moment of inertia, which means you're basically frozen and you have to regenerate force to get you moving again. So what you have to do is use this leg and actually, oh god, I'm going to fall, is use this leg and actually push off with that leg. And that'll send you back this way, so you can basically go back the way you came. Zoe. And this is an application of principle number 5, which states that movement usually occurs in the direction opposite that of the applied force. If you're pushing that way, you're going to go this way, and then that'll allow you to come back to stance and be ready to, if you want to, even kick him again. Alright, don't do anything yet, Ping Ping. Sorry, he likes to get overexcited sometimes. Now what's going to happen is Ping Ping's going to try a kick by himself. No direction from me, no previous knowledge to how to do this. He's just going to go for it. Okay, Ping Ping, whenever you're ready. Ow! Ping Ping sucks. Okay, Ping Ping, how do you think you did?
You know, in the end, I think I learned a lot. But in general, I don't think I did too well.
Okay, well let's go through what you did wrong here. First of all, you fell. That's,
no, I didn't.
Yeah, no, you did. I'll tell you why you fell.
Why did I fall?
I'll explain using the magic of biomechanics. You created torque, which you're supposed to do, as it clearly states in principle number 6 of biomechanics. Which is the principle of angular motion. The only problem was here, you only really rotated your upper body, which is weird because it's a kick and you figure the first thing you try to move was your leg. But you know, you didn't try to move your leg first. You tried to kick me with your shoulder. Moving on. You only used your shoulders to generate velocity.
No, I didn't.
Now, according to principle number 3 of biomechanics, the production of maximum velocity requires the use of joints in order from the largest to smallest. So you rotated the top part of yourself, but then you left out the rest. And that's a problem.
How am I supposed to remember?
A backswing here. The backswing also didn't exist. Instead of starting off, creating a backswing, creating that whip-like movement in the hips required to properly execute the kick, you just started sideways.
Well, I thought I did fine.
And then there was no rotating motion, like I said before, at all. You really just turned the front part of your body and then lifted your leg up in the air and you fell to the ground.
Well, it's good to know.
Yeah. And see, the main problem here was you put all your weight onto your back foot. And that made you stable for the most part if you didn't move at all. But then what you did was you kicked your back leg out from under you without shifting any of your weight onto your front foot. And that
That's bullshit. I didn't do that.
is what you did wrong.
That's not what I did.
Okay, this is me, Sensei of Little Shorts, demonstrating how to properly execute a kick on my friend Ping Ping. Okay, you ready, Ping Ping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick like a girl. Like a girl.
Now I thought I'd be so kind as to explain to you why my kick was clearly better than Ping Ping's. Well, I didn't fall down. Well, I kept my balance on both feet. I used my whole body to generate maximum force and velocity instead of just my shoulders. I actually made contact with the target, and I didn't fall down. Now let's see what Ping Ping looked like after some practice and guidance from Sensei of Little Shorts. Oh, better actually. Do it again. Alright. Still not that great.